Hey hoes, welcome back to another episode of Totes and Goats. It's Beth.
And Gail, it's been a while.
Yeah, I know, we're back to film a second podcast because we did the first one and then the whole pandemic kind of wrecked the world.
We've got a lot on our minds after 8 months now being away.
We do, as a matter of fact. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about our experiences with online recruitment since we've made it kind of between the rock painting video that just went up a little while ago and everything else, we have kind of gotten on a sorority kick per se. So we are going to talk a little bit about our experiences with that because I know that this was my first time going through recruitment at all. So it was interesting that to be my first time.
Yeah. So I have a little bit different experience to recruitment. So I want to hear about your experience as your first time going through recruitment. Like, tell me all the tea. What happened?
So it was very interesting because for a good amount of time now, they have said like, hey, it's going to be online. You're not really going to be able to do anything in person. At first, I think we had like one day that was supposed to be in person and the rest of it online. And then it got bumped to just bid day was going to be in person, but it was going to be strictly like on campus and that kind of thing. So there's been a lot of constant changes, but it was kind of interesting because I actually, I was on the recruitment committee for Sigma. So I kind of had like a backstage look for everything. Yeah, I figured out everything relatively early in comparison to some people, but I also had no idea what was going on. They were talking about nights and events and stuff that I had no clue what that even meant. So.
Yeah, that's rough. So this year for recruitment, let's see, my freshman year I went through the process, and then my sophomore year, I did the normal recruitment, like dressed up in pink, because all of that jazz, did all those things, and cheered, chanted, did the whole bid day. And then this year I did the Panalytics side of things, and I was the VP of Judicial Affairs. This mask is getting in my mouth. Awkward. We're wearing masks right now. We're being very safe, very COVID friendly here.
Absolutely.
But I kind of got to know everything that was going on, but at the same time, I got to be like pulled back from it because of my position.
Mm-hmm.
So all of the things that people were doing wrong, I got to know about, and I thought that was fun.
Oh, I'm sure that was exciting because I know especially in the last like couple days, none of us really knew what was right and what was wrong because of like literally 24 hours before bid day, how much stuff was shifting and stuff even.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
It was insane. I know that I actually heard a lot of positives about this recruitment from like the P&M, which if you don't know what a P&M is, it's a potential new member so they can join a sorority fraternity. And so one of them, she had dropped last year and redid the process this year, and she was like, I like this so much better because it took a lot of stress off of the whole, like, I guess, extravaganza of going through recruitment. And so I thought that was really interesting, and I feel like you didn't really have to really be on it, you know?
Yeah, I mean, from my standpoint, obviously I had no idea what was going on at all in any way, shape, or form, but it was kind of interesting because I know that I think it was philanthropy night. They were like, okay, you're going to be like two people with an individual P&M. So it was kind of nice because I'm not one to really hold and start conversations with a lot of people. But since Let's Plug, thanks to BlueTube, I have now become more open to conversations and stuff. So do BlueTube.
Nameless drop there.
I know. But it was really nice to know, like, okay, so this thing that normally I would be doing on my own, I have a whole person to do it with me. That's pretty exciting. I'm okay with that. But yeah, that was one of the biggest things. And then honestly, doing it over Zoom, I was more comfortable because I was in my room. The only person I had to worry about was my roommate. there was some things that we missed out on that I didn't even know we missed out on, like a certain like ritual type, not a ritual, I guess, per se, because obviously more people see it than just people that join Tri Sigma, but like just different things that we would have done we weren't able to do. But overall, I think that it was a lot of fun in a sense. As much as I would have loved to have like been in person, giving hugs, seeing whole faces instead of half masked faces, it was interesting in its own right. I didn't hate it, but I do still wish that I would have been able to have like my first recruitment ever, but on this side of recruitment, actually been like in person.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah. I don't know. I just honestly like people are like, oh, it was so less stressful, yada yada yada. But for me, I thought it was very stressful. I'm not very good at like technology. Like literally, everyone. I sat in here for like 15 minutes before Beth showed up, and I could not remember the password to get into the room. I couldn't remember the password to the computer, and then I didn't know how to do a sound check. So I had to wait here until Beth got here to do all of it.
Yes.
And so that not being able to work things in general was very stressful for me.
Yes. I would have been here, but alas, it was during my unnecessary accidental nap time. But yeah, I mean, honestly, it was kind of stressful because we had some people that like their audio wouldn't work, or their audio was fine but their camera was messed up, and so we had people that were like swapping laptops and all this, that, and the other. And while it wasn't a problem, it was just like, man, if only we were in person.
I think there was a lot less drama this year. Like I feel like with recruitment, you hear it's like an absolute bloodbath, but this year just felt like, they said this. All right, well, I'll write them up. But it really wasn't as much like, oh my gosh, like I can't believe she said that about this and this sorority, and like we should like crucify her, you know? Like it just felt like
it felt like none of us really most of us weren't even able to really interact with people, because I know even within my own sorority, not even Panhellenically wide, I haven't really talked to anybody. Like last year, you constantly saw people, but now I leave my room for like 2 classes. I'm far less out on campus than I was like last year, just for everyone's safety. Like just to be precautious, I spend a lot less time out doing stuff. So I mean, I feel like part of that would just be the fact that nobody goes to every single class in person every single day. If you do, I'm sorry. Yeah. This whole hybrid thing is kind of nice. But
I only have one hybrid class. All my other classes are in person. So that's brutal. But yeah, you're right. I guess it was kind of harder to meet people this year.
Yeah.
I see these freshmen on campus, and I'm literally just like, who
are you?
Like, I have never seen you before in my life. And then what's even more embarrassing is I guess last year I just never left my groups of friends. And so this year I see people walking around campus, and I'm like, oh my gosh, are you a freshman? Because I'm a tour guide, and it's not weird to ask that question. But it's weird when the response is, I'm a junior here.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Don't know who you are.
That's actually so funny, because one of the events that was held that we could do in person prior to recruitment starting was the fireside chats. And me and some other sisters, not going to use any names, it was just funny. I'm not upset that this happened, but I don't know if it was because just I stuck with the same group of people last year or what played into like effect for this, but I was approached by one of the Pi Chis, and she asked me and the other girl, who happens to be a senior here, if we wore P&Ms. And it was just so funny to us because obviously I'm only a sophomore, it doesn't really matter, but she was like, I am a senior here. I am older than she is.
Oh, that, I would have been so embarrassed. I'd been like, this is it. Throw me in a grave. I'm done. Like, good night. Have a good evening.
Yeah, I think it was mostly like the masks. They're throwing everybody off. I don't recognize people. So many people have come up to me, and it's like right before they get to me that I finally like recognize, oh, I know this person.
I agree. I think the masks really do it for us, honestly.
Absolutely.
And then, I don't know, I can't really think of anything else that happened during online recruitment. There isn't like major secrets to tell. Like none of that, you know? Like it's just, we had recruitment online.
Yeah, the only thing that I wish could have been different was bid day, honestly. Like, I got dressed up. It was so cute. Took great pictures. Had everybody from Pai Kai Land come back, but we had, like, different rules about it. And I literally went, took pictures, and then just chilled in my room because I couldn't be there. Nobody ran down the stairs. It was just kind of... It was almost bittersweet.
I had a bid day horror story this year. So this year, my sorority gave us money to go take a P&M out to dinner. Like you and a bid day buddy would get matched, you know? And we went to dinner, and the card they gave us did not work. So, and no one had their wallet on them but me. So I had to pay $80 for dinner.
Oh no.
I hopefully will be receiving a refund soon.
We will all cross our fingers that happens for you.
Yeah, we pray that Gail gets paid. But yeah, that's about it for me. Like, can you think of any more crazy tea or anything like that?
Honestly, no. It went relatively normal. I had a lot of super late nights, but other than that, this was just normal to me. Everybody else seemed kind of flipped out about everything that was happening, but I was just like, this is just makes perfect sense to me because I didn't know what was going on. I don't know what we did differently.
See, I thought it felt very casual too. Well, thus brings us to the end of this online recruitment chat. Beth, why don't you close us out?
All right, so... Also, just want to say, this is the second video that I've done that has been below an hour long for BlueTube.
I love that.
But we want to thank you guys for listening in and hearing us just kind of chat a little bit. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe to BlueTube. Read the Blue Stocking, read Figs and Thistles. Check out WPCX, the channel, the radio station at PC. But we appreciate you guys. Make sure to come back and check out all the new videos we're posting. It's going to be a great season 2 for BlueTube this year. But anyway, thank you guys so much, and we'll catch you in the next video.
Peace out.